Right. So, a couple of pieces of housekeeping before we begin. I'm not sure which camera is on. Let's just turn this around so I can see. There. Good. So, a couple of pieces of housekeeping before we begin today. I was reminded by a friend that I need to frame everything and keep it more real. So, at the beginning of every day, we will have date at the top. Today is October 18, 2022. That's correct. Okay, good. I'm going to do a bit of a shop cleanup here as I tell you what's happened over the last handful of days. Let's just switch this so that we have a bit more boom. Like that. There we go. Yep. So, I don't know if you remember, we had had discussion about a couple of parts and pieces on the horizontal stabilizer and how it was all fitting together. And what I've decided to do is take the horizontal stabilizer apart. I have not yet drilled the skins, which means the skins themselves, which are the biggest, bulkiest item, are still in pristine condition. I haven't had a chance to screw them up. Yeah. And as such, I'm then going to replace the front spar, which is 8 pieces. And I may, while I'm at it, take a look at just replacing the whole internal structure. I haven't heard back. I sent pictures to bands with what I had done. I know it here though. It's not right. So the point of telling you this is simple. When you take a project of this magnitude on, you're gonna screw up. You're gonna make mistakes. And if you make mistakes, that's cool. That's fine. Just own up to them. And don't be afraid to throw away a part. Now, on Sunday night, I did not sleep well. I had a horrible night because of that bastard. Sorry, you can't see it. I'll pull him into frame here in a second. These are Clico buckets. Anyway, because of that, and I was worried about it. I was thinking, oh dear, I've waited all this time. I'm going to be screwed. Well, I'd rather replace it now than be at 8,000 feet and 150 knots TAS and be thinking about it then. So the other thing is I want to have pride in workmanship, and I looked at some of these holes again. It's the first part. And you're going to throw away a lot of things and make a lot of practice pieces, and so be it. So, my horizontal stabilizing is going to be put to one side here as soon as I disassemble it. And we're going to go on to the vertical stabilizer. Now, we're also going to talk about some rules of engagement that we have here, which we're going to follow a little bit more stringently, see if we can get some process put into this beast of a shop. So, the other thing that we're going to be doing is every 15 minutes, I'm going to set an alarm here so it goes off at 15-minute intervals. Every 15 minutes I will be recapping what it is that we're doing, what we're building, how it all fits together. Let's see, sports, seconds pro, excuse me. Program in a new timer, and it's a circuits around timer. Timer's called plain broadcast. Number of rounds, 100. Activity round is 15, 1500. Cool. Start. And There you go. Every time that goes off, every 15 minutes, I will be recapping again where we're at. I'll also use that as an excuse to recenter myself as to what we're doing, what I'm doing, to make sure I don't screw up again. I'm sure I will screw up again, but hopefully there'll be a bit more mindfulness about it. A little bit more process. Now, what I'm doing right here is, tilt this down so you can see. I am taking apart the horizontal stabilizer and specifically removing the skin from the horizontal stab. Now, one of the problems that I had with the stab was quite simply I didn't use the drill press as often as I could have. That's me being stupid. I got a drill press right over here. Damien was kind enough to leave one for me. Thank you, Damien. Along with a bunch of other stuff. It's not the best drill press in the world, right? Yeah, okay. However, it drills straight up and down as opposed to me, who drills somewhat at an angle. So, what I'm doing here is I'm removing all of the clecos from the skin. And then I'm going to put these skins to one side along with all of the pieces from the horizontal stabilizer, making sure they're marked accordingly. Okay, there we go. This is going to start popping up here pretty good. There's that last one. Ah, here. I hate it when I get my clecos mixed up. Put them in the wrong button. That's that. Okay, so that's one side of the stab. I guess it's kind of like admitting defeat and, you know, screwed up. Oh well. Like I said, I'm going to screw up a whole lot more before this is done. I read online, somebody said, yeah, well, I'm making spare parts for their inventory. And that's what I'm doing, is I'm making practice pieces here. You just get so excited when you see it go together that you think, oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Slow down there, buddy. My reason for going to the vertical stabilizer is that I'm going to be able to properly do it slowly. Notes in the book. I gotta admit also, it was a moment when I screwed it up and I realized, oh, not only did I put the whole thing online for the first time, and here's the pieces that are going to get replaced. Put the whole thing online, but I promptly screwed something up. For everybody to see. That'll teach me. Okay, so let's just take a look and make sure that we do have everything properly labeled here. We do not, so I'll get the pen out. This is 603 left, 603 left, and 708 left, and 707 left, and 706 left, 702 left, and then Yeah, 710 and 714 are the real offending bastards. Yeah, I got a feeling that as soon as I pull this and really have a look at it with the honest light of day, that I'm about to say, yeah, probably swear a little quietly to myself. Nothing too horrible, but just disappointed. So here's the okay, if we look at these. And I compare it to the spacing that it should be up here. I can see that I'm either upside down or off. And it's right, it's just trimmed too high, which means that it's off. It's off on the root attach point over here. And this ultimately is a little beastie. That one right there. Right there. See? There's not enough clearance there. And the quality of the holes, they're shot all over the place. Some of them are shot at straights and some of them are angles. And I just know that I can do better. So, back up. So, don't know, do. Now, mind you, the guys from Vans may come back and say, no, don't bother replacing it, you're just being a perfectionist. In which case, I'll tell you. And you too can look at this and say, ooh, wow, a lot of tolerances. Now, I also believe that the guys who manufactured this kit are not in the business of letting people fall out of the sky. And I can see now as well why they asked me to clean the parts, and I ignored that section. Okay. Finishing with the disassembly. We're then going to go out into the garage, get a bucket, put all the parts in it, because all of these, actually I'll find my vertical stabilizer bucket, see if that's only got vertical stab parts in it, and put these all in there. Right. All parts disassembled. Might also go over and talk to Ian because he knows about all this stuff too. Okay, so let's look for the VS, huh? Let's see, we'll go like this. So it's still here. And we'll go iPhone. Uh-oh. Did this fall offline? It did. Refresh cache of current page. And see what it does. Okay, hang with me, I'm just setting this thing up so that I can make it work again. No audio. Boom, and here it comes. there's all the pieces. And walk over to the buckets that I've got over here. So those are the skins. Yeah, nice. And we look in the buckets for the vertical stabilizer, which is VS. There's rudders, R, and this is elevator, and this is so this is VS and rudder in that bucket right there. So I'm going to take this here. There's a bucket right under there. You're probably getting a bit sick of floating around here. So I'm just going to put this here for a second. Good. Get a bucket. Okay, bucket. All of the small parts. The opposing side over here. Finally, the right R 706 R, full of pins. And bada bing, we're back to a neutral bench. So these pieces, because they're really long, are going to go under the bench. Okay. And these pieces are going to come out because we're not sure what we're looking for yet. This goes in. And these, the actual spar stiffeners, I suspect are good, to be honest, because if I don't replace the rear spar, then everything will work fine. So, let's take stock then again of where we are, which is here. I need to put these over here. And let's switch back to the tools, bad scene switcher, start. Cameras. So, first things first, again, we are no longer working on the horizontal stabilizer. Horizontal stabilizer comes down. We are working on the vertical vertical stabilizer. DW6. So we're going to talk through this first. DW4, DW6. I'm going to talk through this plan and read it down carefully before we do anything. Oh, there's a rivet legend in here. This looks so much of a nicer place to start. Okay. Back. I need to find a different place for these as well because this is just going to get trashed. So, let's see. Tell you what, we're going to take these and roll them up. Just keep them safe. And tuck them here on the air compressor motor. Now, I don't know that we're going to do anything tonight aside from find the parts and identify. Let's get here. Okay, so notation in the book. One of the other things I'm working on is how to control my hands because I'm starting to lose the ability to use this one. It's getting, it has its moments. But I'm retraining how I write, so I'm going to be a little bit slow. This October 18, 20, 22. After soulful consideration, I've decided to move to the vertical stab. All HS pieces moved to one side. Skins are not drilled. Wonder how much it'll cost to have a handful of new parts sent out. Anyway, skins are not drilled. Front spar is potentially NS, not serviceable. Rear spar is good. Okay. So, vertical stabilizer. Walk out of the shot. There we go. So we need the following pieces. We need the VS706 for on top. Bucket. VS706, so this is the top rib. We need the VS707. I'm guessing is VS707 this one. I'm guessing this is the 706, VS704. 704, okay, right. We also need the rudder, we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that, we do need VS705. Okay, so VS705 is the front, VS704, 705, 704, 704, 707, 706, Okay. Those are the pieces we need, plus a bunch of attach points, which I'll then dig out. And a bunch of spar pieces. So let's see about those as well. Elevators. Okay. Let's here. Oh, this bad boy, which is just a wee bit bowed. We're gonna have to stretch that out somehow. I don't know quite what we're gonna do with it yet. Optional lightning hole details. Looks like we got lightning holes in it. Don't get ahead. We need VS710 PP. VS12. Okay, so here's VS12. These are the top attached points. VS11 and VS10. Why do I have VS12, VS12, VS412? Okay. VS411. There. VS410 at the bottom. Looks like I have an extra VS12. VS412 PPB. VS412 PP. Okay. Put it back in here just in case, because I have found that they have been spot on with what they've sent me so far. So, okay, so brackets, doubler, rear spar, brackets, front spar, nose rib. Okay, I believe that we have on the table everything. Let's for some reason my phone did not go off. Probably because it's over here. Aha. So. Okay. 15-minute hit. The date is October 12th. I am building a Vans RV7 chosen the A because I'm screwing it up this much when I'm building it. I might as well make sure I can land it. We are currently working on the horizontal stabilizer, which looks like this. Good to see that. The horizontal stabilizer is the vertical piece at the end. It looks like a fin because it's a fin. And we're laying, just trying to figure out what to do with it first. So, what we have not brought out is the skin itself. And I believe it's a 3-piece skin, but I'm not sure. Let's see. And a 1 PP. is this. 801 pp is the skin. Okay, so let's see if we can find the skin here. Here, so that you at home can play along. Current part vertical stab. Okay. Here we go. Now, let's get all this plain plastic off and label. One. This is BS702. So, okay. And we get the Sharpie. Nice, neat letters. What was his name? Stroop. Mr. Stroop. I don't remember Mr. Stroop's first name. He was my 9th grade teacher. And he tried to give me that. Over here, thank you. VS702. All right. Thank you. Seriously, I'm gonna name you Jarvis. No. What was the name? Jarvis was actually the computer that knew what it was doing. I think it was just dummy 1 and dummy 2. Yeah. Focus on me. There we go. So they wrap all this material in protective blue just to make sure that nobody doesn't scar or scratch. And I am going to roll up my sheet here as well, my carpet, because we don't have to worry about this scratching or anything at this point. BS 808 PP. stands for pre-punched. Okay, this is BS808 PP. Okay. 702, is it 702 PP? 702, interesting. Okay. Fine. Over here. Thank you. Really gotta change into that. Yeah, when in, sure. This is 803 PP. BS803 PP. There's a reason they designate some of them with holes as PP and some of them as holes without PP. Okay. Good. Now, see if that goes down. Boom, perfect shot. Okay, so this here. This roll says okay. So drilling the vertical stabilizer. First, Cleco 808 PP spar doubler. That's this one. To the 8033 rear spar. 8033 rear spar. Okay, so this goes in here. Thank you. So, click on the hinges VS710, 12, and 11. See exploded view. Exploded view's there, that's fine. VS hinge brackets have 2 holes missing from the pattern. Use the holes in the spar channel and spar doubler's drill guides and back drill the entire 6-hole pattern to the upper BS 710 PP only. The corner holes of the lower BS 710 will be drilled for bolts later on in assembly with a fuse. Okay, so $710. Okay. 710. Okay, good. That's fine. I can do that. And we can do that on the drill press to get nice clean holes. Okay. Prepare the ribs 704, 705, 706, and 707. Okay, edge finishing and flute and straighten, that's fine. Click on the ribs to the front. Final drill 808 PP 710. Drill all rib to spar attach points to 30. Click on the skin. Drill and match drill to final size all holes in the skin. VS701. Says VS901. Where's 901? Ah, RV9. RV7 and RV8. They're sharing pieces here. Right. Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Mark the location orientation of 803 PP. 803 PP is 808. 803. Rear spar. Okay. Mark the location of the rear spar and then the attached points to simple deburr, dimple, countersink and prime parts as desired, countersinking blah. Notes on drawing 2727A, the lower part of the rear spar must lay flush against F712, 812 bulkhead assembly. Therefore, the rivets on this region must be flush on the forward side of the rear spar that mates to the, okay, cool. Okay, which means, drawing 2727A. Now, I'm gonna have to pull up 27 and 27A, but I'm guessing that means the lower portion of the rear spar must lay flush against 712 and 812 bulkheads. Right. Holes drilled in assembly with 2727A. Flush head forward side. Okay, so in practice, that means that these little buggers so this is the forward side. Bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. Finishing the vertical stabilizer, fine. This looks a lot more straightforward. So, in layman's terms, we're going to take this piece, spar doubler, and we're going to rivet it, we're going to attach it to this, the spar. Click on the hinge brackets in the correct place on this. And then set up the drill press for drilling. So, first things first, let's rivet this together. And, okay, so, yep. Just joining in as I fade from shot. My name is Doug Boyd, This is a Vans RV7 Build channel that you've just stumbled across. We're currently, it's currently October 18th. We are currently building a vertical stabilizer. It looks like this. This is my first evening on this particular part. Looks pretty straightforward. We're just going to start hooking pieces together here. Now there is a fair bit of bend in this, right? So, yep. So I'm going to try to straighten it out over time with this, just with the Clecos. I'm very surprised that it doesn't. And even if it doesn't, by the time that we actually get points to riveting it, it'll straighten out just fine. Okay. Thin section to the top. And I'm not putting a whole bunch in here, just enough to hold it flush. Train it out over a couple of days so you can see. Cool. Now, okay, Cleco hinge brackets 710, 711, and 712. Here's 710 is right here, and they are okay. And on the very bottom, tell you what, they did make these things just a wee bit tight. Looks like I need a reamer here. I wonder if I got something to do that. Yep. There we go. Yeah, that went in. Yep. 710 and 710 is hooked like this. Okay. It's powder coated all these things. They're just a wee bit stiff. But it looks good, I'll tell you that. Let's use this last one in. One, here's two. Okay, so the rear attach points. Bottom, the mid is going to be counting up. Here's the flush points, so we might as well mark that off now. Everything from that point back is forward mount. Forward. Forward. Flush. Okay. As in, these over here are going to need to be dimpled in. Just going to draw this back. Good. And And these two are just underneath. Let's see, this is 711. 711. It's just up here. Seven 1 and 711 2. So you run 2, and then finally at the top, let's see. Oh, what's it say? Okay, 4704s. These are all 47084s, which is a number 30 hole and a bronze colored, it just means it's tight. So you're looking at it, I'm just not seeing how that's going to go. What I'm going to do is see if I can shoot this in. Hold. You will. Okay. So, this is where we're going to call it on the night, but this is then finished structure. This is vertical stabilizer. The rudder hangs off here and these attach points. Okay. All right, it's 8:06. I'm going to go make some dinner. I have a beer. I'm tired. It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah. I'm just curious. I do want to look at one thing as long as I'm here. Back drill the entire 6-hole pattern through the upper VS. Okay, so it's saying using the hole guides in the spar channel and spar doubler as drill guides, and back drill the entire 6-hole pattern to the upper VS 710 only. Back drill through this way. Okay. Putting little things next to things. D, 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 D. Corner holes, lower VS, okay. Final drill, 808. Okay, so this, before anything else goes in, this has to be back drilled through here. That's going to be a fairly precise sort of drill point. So this is a job for setting up a very careful fixed point on that drill press over there. And we're going to do that on a different night because, like I said, now it's not the time for me to muck about with it. Unless I make another horizontal stabilizer. All right, thank you for watching. My name is Doug Boyd. You've been watching Building a Van's RV7, RV7A. We're currently working on the vertical stabilizer. This is October 18th, 2022. We do not currently have any sponsors. I don't know if we actually have any viewers. If you found this even mildly entertaining, please drop me a line, doug@dougboyd.com.au. And we'll see you next time we build it. Thanks, everybody.